Really appreciate you all taking the time to make your way over here after what I'm sure was a very
Wait,
busy day.
we are missing a couple people.
Who are we?
Nick and Judith and Claire are supposed to come.
Oh, are they?
Late ass.
Late.
We can shame them when they come.
We will
shame.
shame them.
Do heavy shame, yes.
All right, cool. Well, thank you so much for coming. We're very excited to celebrate Time After Time by Mikki Daughtry. Congratulations on the book. Some conversation tonight with Robert Kirkland, so we'll be having a conversation with them for about 30 minutes. We'll open it up to a Q&A, and then we have plenty of books to sign as well. So thank you very much for coming. And if you had purchased a book on Eventbrite already, we have copies up front, so just let me know your name and we can check you out that way. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
I'm Mikki.
I'm Rob.
Y'all share loud so it sounds like a lot of people are here.
Yes, very loud, very loud. So you want to
I ran into Rob outside and I'm like, this is 100% trust because I didn't ask him at all what he was going to ask me. I don't know anything that he's about to say. But we did decide outside that this is
15
not
minutes of politics.
We did not.
Just kind of break the ice.
We decided to burn everything down.
Burn it down. Yes.
We decided this is not a no spoiler stream, nor is it a no spoiler signing. So hopefully, if you've not read it, you won't be too upset. But it's going to be more fun now that I think we can talk about the book, because the first signing was a lot of fun, but we had to vaguely dance around it because it had just come out. We are talking about the book.
Who here has read the book?
Yay! Look at that little turd with his hand down.
Go!
Live stream.
Live stream. Oh, live stream. Yeah. Right on.
Don't shame anybody on the live stream.
That's true. We'll behave in the live stream. So you want to tell them a quick intro to what the book's about?
It is a love story that spans 100 years. It is a reincarnation love story. And it's about two women who can't be together in 1925 and find their way together in 2025 through a lot of drama. But we do go back and forth between the past and the present. So you get to see how they met and how they meet again and how we get to our happy ending. Yes.
Who needs dating apps when you have reincarnation? You just
no one. We need more reincarnation.
Need more reincarnation. Right on. Yeah, we'll get to it. We've got 30 minutes of
start talking.
A babble. All right, good babble though. I've known you for quite some time, I have not read 5 Feet Apart, but I saw the movie.
Well, yeah, you did read the script.
I read the script. Yeah, read the script.
The script came first, so the book is based on the script. So you read the original.
So I'm kind of familiar with your process, how you approach things on the screenplay side.
Yes.
So how is your process different coming out the gate, so to speak, with a novel first versus doing the screenplay?
I would say, come in.
Shame. No, just kidding. No. Thanks
Justin and Alma. Woohoo! Hi guys, we just started.
Perfect timing.
Thank you so much for coming. And Judy. Okay, we got some more streaming in. Hi, Judy. My process for writing the novel versus the screenplay wasn't very much different. I need to really get any writing done. I need a lot of runway. So I need to have my life cleared up, but otherwise I just sit and I go. Like hell no. Outline will destroy my process. Really, because I feel like, I get bored. So I feel like once I've told the story in outline form, I've already told it. So it's really hard for me to tell it again in novel or screenplay form. And I also like to find my way through it. And I think a lot of the magic happens for me in just going. I will know some big signposts. Like I knew I knew the speakeasy scene. I knew that.
Oh yeah.
That was, and it's what I couldn't say at the last signing. They're like, what gave you the idea? And I wanted to say, a speakeasy scene where in 1925, where they're in the speakeasy.
Was that like the inception of the?
That's where the whole idea came from. I had these girls
it's great.
Dressed up to go in their 1925 gear in 1925 to sneak into a speakeasy during Prohibition where they can be in love in this one place where they don't know that's where they're ending up. And then, so I had to write the whole book so I could have that scene. And that leads everything else. Every step leads us there and to that scene. And then of course the climb after that, it's just a rocket shot to the end.
That's great. Oh, what a great, yeah. That's
Look who it is. Ah, you just missed a big spoiler. Come on in. Hi, Nick. So that is my process. I just go.
Let's go right on. That's great. Yeah. That's great. That's great. What was the time?
How long did it take to write it?
Yeah.
I would say, okay, so I got the idea probably 3 years before I ever put pen to paper on it.
Let it marinate for a little bit.
Well, kind of. I was very lucky. I got the idea and I sat on it, and then I wrote the first 100 pages like 3 years ago or something, to sell it as, on the market, and Penguin picked it up. Thank you. And then part of the deal with them was I'm not fast and I'm a screenwriter and I've got jobs that I have lined up. So I had to do them. So basically while I was doing my screenwriting jobs, this got to just sit and marinate, like you said, and think and grow. And then when the strike happened, when the Hollywood strike happened, my book editor called and said, I know you have time now. She literally emailed and said, I know that you have time to deliver a book to me.
Yeah, like, what you doing?
You are not allowed to work on movies. So, and that's what happened. I wrote it during the strike, but because I had spent so much time thinking about it, and I'm not going to say it was easy, but I would say I cranked out the first draft from the day the strike, and I really did start. As soon as the strike started, we were scrambling to turn in some rewrite notes that we had on a script. We got those in under the wire, and then I started on the book. And that took me, I think it was so serendipitous the way it happened, because I am pretty sure that the day that they ratified the new contracts in October is when I turned it in.
Wow.
Turned in the first, and I was scrambling to get it done because I needed to get back to my other works that were waiting. There were things waiting for us to be able to write on them. So, and we didn't touch anything because thank God I had something to do.
Did you have that one image with the speakeasy?
Yeah.
But at any point did you hey, I need to see the ending? I mean, every writer's different. I need to see the ending.
No, I had no idea what was going to happen at the end. So I'll tell you this, anybody who's read it, I intentionally was going to burn the house. I was going to let the house burn down.
Oh, interesting.
And then my family member who was writing with me on it, she's not writing with me, but she was on the phone every day with me. She's the one I called and cried to every other day because I was like, I can't, what have I done? My fucking God, what have I done? And she's like, you can do it. You can do it. And I said at the end, I said, okay, so listen, V, I'm going to burn the house down. And she said, everyone will fucking kill you, Mikki. You cannot burn the house down. And I'm like, yeah, but if it's gone, it frees them. She goes, find another way to free them. And I'm like, and I said, and I've already written it to this point. I put, there's the fire streak, there's the scar from it. It's all laid in, and I was going to use it and burn the house down in chapter 50. And she said, I will kill you. And the world will kill you. You'll never sell another thing. You will be hated. And I said, well, fuck me. How do I fix it?
Yeah.
And she's the one who said, oh, just have it come up. I said, because I got to do something with it. I've laid it in that there's a fire coming. And I knew that there was, another thing I knew for sure was the honey arc. Her arc was more clear to me than anyone else's.
Oh, interesting.
And it's funny that she's a side character, but she's my favorite. And her arc was absolutely so clear to me in the beginning.
I was going to ask if your favorite character was.
Honey Harper. Honey Harper. I can't quit saying her name. She's so real to me. But yeah, so I didn't know the ending. I knew that it was going to be a happy ending. I thought we were going to sacrifice the house. And we didn't. So
You
that
didn't.
was good.
You did.
Yeah.
And you're not hated worldwide now.
And
Yeah,
I hope
not-
not. Well,
yes.
we may, but no, for
There's-
other reasons than me fucking up a book.
There's still time.
Is language a problem, y'all? Okay, good.
You're only on 3.
I'm only on
Yeah.
minute 15. Really? That's it? I got to get busy.
Oh, well, we got questions.
No, she said I've only had said fuck 3 times.
Oh,
So
fuck 3 times?
I
Oh,
gotta-
right on.
4.
Fuck.
Rob said it twice now.
This is true. That is my
Okay.
favorite. That's my favorite curse word.
Well, it's not mine. I can't even say mine.
Oh, what is yours?
Starts with a C.
Really?
It's verboten these days, but I'll call it to your face in a half a second if you piss me off. All right, go ahead.
What's been your favorite? I don't want to say feedback, but yeah, I guess feedback response.
Hers.
This time.
Hers.
What was it? What
When
is it?
she said, "I can't believe that you come to my house and that you wrote this book that I love so much," because she didn't know.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, and that was really humbling.
Oh, that's great.
I mean, I've had a lot of really great feedback, and I loved it. I loved you making fun of me for my teacher. Your English teacher would be so proud.
That's great.
But I love all the feedback. I even love bad feedback. I really do, because I take notes like a fucking champ, y'all.
What's the bad feedback that you think made the biggest impact?
Well, I haven't been able to take it to heart yet because I haven't written another book. But
Well, no,
one
going
of
into the oh yeah, that's right. You didn't have anyone like
Mm-mm.
editors proof the
No, they
manuscript
were-
at a time.
They were amazing, and I took as many notes as I could from them, but there weren't a ton.
got it.
I mean, there was a lot of because it goes from past to present a lot, and we had a
Yeah.
lot of discussions about what would this house really look like in 1925.
Yeah.
So like I had to add the gas lights because I was like, no, there's no electricity. And it was like, no, I think there was electricity. And because we're all searching, the
Mhm.
editors and me, and they're like, oh no, I think it says most houses have electricity. I'm like, yes, but this house wasn't built in 1925. It was built in like 1875. So
and
it's
they
like,
changed it
well,
over
then
in
what would
20
it
when
be?
they
Yeah, because so they
after the
changed it
fact.
over. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I really wanted that. I really wanted that moment where we bring electricity in, because it brings a different kind of life into the house, and it brought a different kind of life into the world.
That's great.
And I wanted that moment where electricity shines a light on everything. And that's about the time. I know that's so subtle, but I'm like that. I'm going to write a whole lot of little shit in there. And the way the story opens up, when the electricity comes, it's subtle, and I didn't put a pin on it, and say, hey, look here. But it's when the lights come into the story, it's when their story really takes off.
But they're great.
It's around the time they fall in love.
There's a lot
They
of great
admit that they're in love.
that they
That Elizabeth and
they
Patricia do.
accept
Yeah.
it. Admit it. Yes. But listen, there's a lot of great subtle metaphors like that. Like
Thank you.
what is it? When Libby was with her mom with the hair, the red and red hair. This is where the same, but we're not the same.
Oh, when Tish was with her
Tish
mom.
was there. Yeah, Tish was mom. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that. I liked a lot of stuff.
I had no idea who Tish was when I started writing it.
Interesting.
I'm going to admit it.
Oh.
I made it up for the summary, and I was like, she's this, she's that. And then I had to create her
Oh, interesting.
and figure her out. And she ended up being so dear to me when I figured out who she was. But it took a minute. It really took a minute to figure out what her story was and what she was, where she was going, and who she was going to be. And besides Honey, she's my favorite.
Oh, right on. Okay.
Yeah.
Especially since her previous incarnation.
Oh yeah.
Kind of.
Yes. ended
Kinda.
ended poorly.
Ended poorly. Kind of. Yeah.
Yeah. But like the snowman came out of nowhere. That wardrobe with her clothes in it came out of nowhere. I feel like I'm messing up my mic here. Oh, because it's magnet and it's sticking to my jewelry. That's what's happening. Okay. All right.
Oh, when they were oh, that's right. When she was going through the wardrobe and they had the
When she puts that coat on, that all just
1925,
happened.
The dress, yeah.
Yeah.
The yellow dress, and then
The coat, when she puts the coat on and it rips her back. Yeah.
So I was going to ask you outside about how does it feel to have another hit? It is a hit. It's felt very, very well received. How does it?
It never
Novel
sucks
number 2.
for something to be appreciated.
Right on. Right on.
That's what I'll say.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to ask this question too, but I'm sure you've been asked it. Would you turn this into
A movie?
Yeah.
In a heartbeat.
It's so vivid.
Well, yes. I think like a screenwriter, even though I feel like this is very much a novel, in the truest novel sense.
Mhm.
But yes, of course, I would love to see them. I would love to see them on screen and living this out, just for the speakeasy scene,
Oh yeah.
and just for Lola and Honey, and the scene where older Honey and Libby, which is, and my favorite scene in the whole book is Elizabeth and Honey at the end.
Oh, interesting.
At Honey's end. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
great.
the one that I want to see two powerhouse actresses in their 70s.
That's great.
One scene. I would make a whole movie just to see that one scene.
That Leo line though.
Huh?
So that Leo line.
I know.
Love that. I love that line. Love that line. Lead her home. So why? I mean, you kind of sort of already answered it, but why this story and why now?
Because
I'm
it
sure you
showed
got a
up.
ton of ideas,
Yeah.
but you're like, what was it about this one? You're like, hey, this one's got to go.
Because it felt like a novel. It felt like something that needed more space than just the visuals that we can give it on a screen.
Yeah, for sure.
It felt like the world is changing really fast in a way right now that's not so friendly as it was maybe I feel like there's a backstep happening that I hope doesn't happen, that pushes us more like the 1925 version versus the 2025 version. And I wanted to, in my own secret way, speak to why I want us to stay free.
Right on.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah, no, I was like, yeah, what was your not like what are you
why I
trying to
chose
say,
this story
but-
over all the other ones in my head.
Yeah.
It was the loudest one.
The loudest one. You feel for what it was that you wanted to say.
Mhm.
Right on.
Yeah, it was
Right
the
on.
loudest one. And it gave me the most opportunity to say things without just saying them.
Yeah, I picked up on some things knowing you and
Look at those bitches. Come in, late asses. Shame.
we told everyone to throw peanuts at you when you
Hi,
came in,
I
but
love y'all. Look, there's Nick.
there's Nick's here.
We're giving spoilers, so I'm glad you missed a lot of it, JC.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, so what do we got? Speaking of that, the point of views. I think you did that. I mean, I'm not, I'll be honest. I mean, I've always been honest with you. You did a great job. You did a great job we've had many
You've
conversations.
definitely told me when I haven't done a great job, so I trust you to.
Yeah, but
No,
I mean,
I trust you.
You did a great.
Thank you.
You've written the four. You have the four character point of views, which I thought was very creative way to move through time, because it made the time transitions.
Oh, thank you.
Easier. It just makes sense. It just makes sense. Like, okay, when we're Patricia's talking, who is my favorite character, by the way?
Yeah, she's
Patricia.
Great. And she's the only one who really doesn't have her own POV chapters.
She actually doesn't.
But
That's true.
But she's all over it.
But she
really drives the whole story.
Yeah.
That's the magic of her. Yeah.
She goes out like a boss, sort of.
She does.
But that really, I think, what a clever way to not get lost in the time jumps and the time travel. Because at first I was like, okay, where are we? I'm like, I just follow the POV.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. So that helped out.
I did have to go back and I never had to really fix any of the voice in the 25 because it just came so naturally to me.
Mm-hmm.
The 1925 chapters. I think that's really how I would write a whole novel if I could and get away with it. I don't know that readers this day and age would like that version of it, but that's why it's sparse in this one. But it was the easiest way for me to write. I didn't have to think about who does this girl sound like, but I did. There were times where I had to go back to Tish, and go, okay, hold on, let's dirty this up some because it sounds a little bit. Because I was just writing the story out.
Well, the easiest way, but you didn't take the easy way, which is having it as an omniscient point of view in the back, like here we are now. So I think that's to your credit. That took a little bit more time and creativity to write a point of view in that time period and have it be earnest and grounded from this real character telling the story, and just instead of just saying, no, we're in 1925 and blah 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 blah. That would have been the easy way, but you didn't take the easy way.
No, I try not to.
Yeah.
That's so boring.
So we talked about we went to the film one.
Not that there's a problem with taking the easy way, just saying. I don't want to get skewered for being like, oh, you're lazy.
No, not at all. So we talked about, your favorite line? We're talking about your favorite line and your favorite.
My favorite
Do you have a
moment.
favorite line or favorite moment?
My favorite line.
Or moment or chapter.
My favorite chapter is chapter 50.
Chapter
it was
50.
also the hardest.
Why?
Because it goes from past to present without any warning.
Oh yeah.
And I got some I wouldn't say pushback, but I got some from my editor. She was like, "Are you sure we just don't want to recreate chapter 48?" And I'm like, "No, because it brings it too far away from Elizabeth's moment." So it goes from third person to first person.
She's having this schizophrenic.
Yes.
She's having this kind of schizophrenic
and it'll happen
moment.
In one line. One line will be in first person, and the next line is in third person because you're thinking as Libby and Elizabeth at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So her timelines are converging with this thunderous, percussive bang in her life. And I wanted it to feel that way. So that chapter took me a minute.
Also not easy.
No.
There was an easy way to do it.
No, but I hope it reads like it's easy because then I know that I've done my job.
Yeah. It doesn't. I never got the sense that you were efforting. But that's like that. What is it? That Mark Twain. If I had more time, it would have been brief. Like
that's true.
That brevity you had. So I know true. You put the work in to make it seem so smooth.
Thank you.
What would you like to say to Patricia?
Well, I mean, she got what she wanted in the end, right? And
Tish did. But they are the same.
That's who she is.
But if you,
I'm still thinking of my favorite line, so keep talking.
Because she didn't know. You know what I mean? Like, it didn't end well for Patricia in 1925.
And it wouldn't.
And it wouldn't have. But like, if you had to go back and say something to, when
this is
gasping for
no, this is probably what I would really say. And then since most of you in here know me, you should know this is what I would really say. I would say, take it because it's going to work out better for you the second time around. Do not puss out right now. Don't, because the hard part is the hardest part, and then you get what you want.
Right on.
And that's just how I feel. You know what I mean? That I would tell her, suck it up, Buttercup. It sucks for you right now, but it's going to be worth it. Because if she had walked away and left the easy way and left that night and left Elizabeth to deal with it, she may have lived, but she wouldn't have had the chance to come back around and for them to get exactly what they always needed.
That's true.
In 2025. So you do the hard shit and you do the hard shit.
Yep. You pop forward and you got Uber Eats and
So I would say it sucks right now, but oh my God, it's going to be so worth it.
Right on.
Which is how I felt every goddamn page that I was writing this.
That you were writing it to yourself like this.
No, I didn't. I said it to anybody who would listen.
Anyone?
I was bitching and moaning the whole time.
Would you do it again?
1,000 times I want to do it again.
And don't write another book.
Oh yeah, I hope so.
Right on.
I hope I get the chance to. Yeah.
Right on.
Do I already know what it is? Yes, I do.
You do? Oh, really? No. What you mentioned? What your favorite impact or compliment was?
Yes.
From this book. But is there anything that you would like readers to take away from this? Like initially, when you were writing it, when you were done with it, or you sent in the manuscript, you're like, I hope people take this from it. I hope.
That not, everybody says love is worth fighting for. I want to say love is worth suffering for. That's what I would say to Patricia, that the suffer is worth it. It fucking sucks right now. And this is scary and it hurts you, but it's going to be okay. So not only is love worth fighting for, I think it's worth suffering for. And I really think that. I really believe that. I'm a sap.
Patricia suffered. She
did. And Elizabeth did for the rest of her life. I think Elizabeth suffered worse because she was the one left behind.
Yeah.
It's the same way and I love the Paps and Hesina storyline, and that came out of nowhere too. But it's like when Tish says, I feel like the one who's left behind is actually the one who hurts the most. And I think that's true. And I think the one who left, Elizabeth, was stronger than Patricia, I think, And she wouldn't have never admitted it and didn't know it. But in the end, she was stronger to hold on for as long as she did.
Patricia, Elizabeth,
yeah. To hold on for as long as she did, to have faith that it was going to come back around,
Ooh.
you know, because Patricia had the heart out. You know, she got checked out and was out.
Yeah.
Elizabeth she had the burn of it every single day.
Just reminded of it all the time.
Yeah. Every day. Her heart was broken every day. You know what I mean? For the 70 years, 70 something years.
Yeah.
So that's love, bitch.
Yeah. 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 That's
but it's so romantic. That's what I think love is.
Right on. That's a great 30 minutes.
Oh, are we 30 minutes in? Does
anybody
have any questions?
Questions time. Let's open up the
Peter Block.
I have many questions.
I know you do.
First of all, I just want to say, as somebody who's read your screenplays,
thank you.
What was great for me is, the screenplays don't have a chance to really showcase writing ability and writing style. It kind of is like, how quickly can you get through something? How briefly can you describe it? And what I really enjoyed about this was your ability to create dialogue that was fun to read and really gave life to characters, which I never got to see before in your writing. It was really a joy. But my first question has to do with your process. When you're writing about these different characters, you've got these different characters in these different time periods, and you've got the diary. So do you write each part separately and then break it up, or are you writing it?
I wrote it linear.
Reading it. You're going. I'd love to kind of know how that process is. And doesn't that make it more difficult for you, or in this case?
Not for me. I have to tell a story linearly. I can't. I try and I can't break it up. I can't start and stop because, number one, I'll miss something. I'll miss some little pebble in the road that I should stop and look at if I'm not just on the road. And it just knew when the next chapter and what it was supposed to be. You know what I mean?
So are you taking a mirror to 25 to write 25? Like you'd write, were you generally writing 1925 before you were writing 2025?
No. I wrote chapter 1, and then I wrote chapter 2, and then I wrote chapter 3. And I did not, and it happened to be, this is happening in 1925. Let's do it. Oh, okay. Now we're moving into it. I wrote it just like my screenplays. They come in order. I think it would probably be it would be organizationally easier for me, but my brain doesn't work that way. PB, it works like in a straight line I can't see it if I don't see it.
So you were constantly going back and forth.
Yeah. Each chapter. Yeah. So I wrote it completely linear, but I will say, to your question, in the back of my mind, like 25 was always happening. So I could write 2025 with a lot of what I knew was coming because there aren't that many 1925 chapters. There aren't that many 1925 chapters. There are, but you get enough of it. I definitely was using movie skill for the 1925 to just give it this is all you need and it's all you're fucking getting. We're moving on now, because I wanted to starve you a little bit of that because it's such like a good part of it. And I wanted you to want more of that. So you get to the end and you get it. You get exactly what you've been wanting. I hope that's what everybody wanted. Yeah, that's my process. But it was on my mind the whole time. So it's there. It's, what I think I'm unfairly categorizing the way I work because it's all already in my head. They're in folders in here. I just don't write them down. So all that work is done. You're right. And it is done beforehand. You're right.
You said all that much.
But you did without saying it because you know my work. And so he knows my work very well. And I do. It's here. All that work it's just not written down somewhere. So yes. Once I sit down, I just go in order. Yes, sir.
Are you more inspired by characters or by the story?
Characters. Yep. Characters first, almost always. It is a person or a character, and then the story comes based on who they are. Like What's the most interesting thing to happen to this person right now in this moment? What's going to fuck them up the worst? Let's go. Do you know what I mean? So
Any family
basically,
members inspire characters?
I try not to write about people that I know. I think there's a lot of amalgams in there. I think there are a lot of like bits of people that I know, but I can't say this is based on Nicole. I can't say, oh, that would be a fun one. That's a thought. Now I'm like, but no, I don't have that. I try not to, because I don't want somebody to see, and also I don't want somebody to see it and go, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? like SARS.
You bring in like places.
Yes, and experiences. That's
and
true.
Experiences.
That's
Like,
true.
You are inspired by things that you went through in your life.
Yes.
Or you saw. Or
Yes. That is true. That is true. You need to ask my friends these questions. They give better answers than I do because they know more about it than I do. Because I just kind of flit. Like I'm not always really paying attention to what's going on, but my friends are.
Get that on a shirt.
Get that on a
It's
shirt.
true.
I came here wanting to know more about chapter 50.
Ah!
I know you talked a little bit about it, but I feel like reading that sort of chapter, I'm usually someone who has to go through and like read it a few times because I get lost very easily. And I realized that I didn't stop one time in that chapter. And when I finished that, I was like, how did she do that?
Thank you, Grace. I did that over about 2 weeks.
Okay.
It was chapter 50 is the chapter where it goes back and forth and the timelines converge, and I chose very specifically to have seamless moment. There's no warning when you're flipping back and forth. Like there are moments where Elizabeth starts a line in the past and Libby finishes it by herself in the future. So it's moving like that, and it moves really fast. And I was pretty adamant about having it that way because I felt like I can do this. And I know it might jar some people and it might be like, whoa, what's happening? But I feel like, and I trusted the reader. By the time you get to that point, you've already been through all the weird shit I decided to do, which was first person POV, first person POV for the two present day for Tish and Libby, and then third person POV for Elizabeth for 1925. And I wanted that to happen. I chose that third person because I wanted a distance between Libby and her reading the diary. Because Libby's reading a diary, I wanted it to almost seem like she's transported back to see what happened without being so close to it that she realizes yet that it's her. Because I feel like if I had done Elizabeth in first person, Libby, I don't care about, in that moment, I'm not thinking about what the reader thinks. I'm thinking about Libby's going to fucking figure it out, So Libby needed to be apart from the story she was reading without knowing that she's reading her own story in her own handwriting.
Yeah.
Was that a conversation ever with your editors about those having that POV?
She said, oh, wow, that's neat. You know what I mean? So it wasn't hard. She was like, Stephanie is the most amazing editor. And so she really trusted me. And I felt like that was just a godsend. But that was not hard. No, she didn't really push back on that. The chapter 50 was a little bit like, are you sure this is because chapter 48 works so well? I'm like, well, you have chapter 48. That's when Libby's realizing who she is. And that's when and that is the only time that you get Elizabeth's first person POV and it's for 2 pages. And it's because it's from Libby's first person POV as Elizabeth. So it gets a little complicated, but it's not, I promise. It's easy to read, I think. But chapter 50 was my favorite and the hardest. The other chapter that was really, really hard, and I talked about it the last time, and I couldn't talk about chapter 50 at the last time because it was such a spoiler chapter. And I think somebody asked that, and I was like, I can't talk about it. But the other chapter was when the backyard party with Elizabeth, and I didn't know what the hell it was supposed to be about. And the line that came to me, and I sat down that morning. I said, okay, what's today? What's happening today? And I'm like, oh, it's Elizabeth chapter for sure. And this line came to me. This impromptu hoot nanny was Elizabeth's father's idea. And I'm like, what? And I literally sat there like, what? This impromptu hoot nanny was Elizabeth's father's idea. So I wrote it down and I called Benita and I said, listen to this shit. And I told her, I said, what's this chapter about? And she said, I don't know. And so I started writing, and that was probably my most hair-pulling, agonizing, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know why I tried to do this. And it was also a part of the book where things that I didn't know how they were going to work themselves out came together.
Well, it works out great for the dad.
Yeah, I know. I didn't know that. I didn't know how I was going to get him out of there. I didn't know who Skip Pennington was. I didn't know they were showing up. I didn't know. Yeah. And I knew the whole time that I had to get the parents gone somewhere. And all that started in I don't remember it. I don't remember the chapter number of that one. Not shame on me, but that's the one that ends with life, mother. Yeah. No, it doesn't. That's a lie. That's a lie. Don't believe me.
That was cool though. Come to think of it, yeah.
That's the one where Sarah discovers their secret. When Sarah says,
"Oh, their secret." Oh, yeah. Okay,
that she knows that she's in love with Patricia.
Gotcha.
And she says, "This can't go anywhere. You will doom her."
Yeah, it's like you'll still have status, etc. But
because of who you are, you'll be damaged, but you won't be ruined.
Yeah, she'll be ruined.
She's got nothing. Yeah. So chapter 50 is my favorite chapter.
Can I do part 2 too?
Yes.
I'm curious also with Patricia's leaving of the planet.
Yes.
You were very delicate about how you revealed her death. It was almost like split up amongst 3, maybe 4 chapters. And details almost backwards.
It was backwards, yeah.
And so I'm curious how you decided what to reveal at what time. I mean, we didn't know about the rock until much later after we already knew that.
After you knew she was dead, you didn't know how she died?
Yeah.
The book did that. I can't take credit for it. I think it just came as it came. I'm inviting someone in. I don't know if you're going to stop and look. Come on in. I think it just when I'm in the flow, I think when you're in the flow, if you just trust what's flowing, even though you think, I'm not going to say this now. Everybody's going to give it away. Say it now because I've got a plan for it later. Do you know what I mean? And it's some other part of me or something out there that my antenna picks up that helps poke it and say, put it here. But I wish I could take credit for being so brilliant that I sat down and said, I'm going to do this backwards. But it just kind of wrote itself that way. And then when I realized where it was going, I was like, oh, this is awesome. Yeah, this is great.
Nice.
But it did. And I thought there were moments where this person had to know this and this. And I will say, I will take credit for it. I wanted to split the information up between the characters. So until everyone knew, no one knew. Does that make sense? So everybody has a little puzzle piece. And once you get it all together, it's like, oh my God, okay. Like, yeah. So Libby got this little piece of information and Tish got this piece of information, that kind of thing. Am I ruining it for y'all who haven't read it?
Good.
Now you want to read it, right?
Right.
Okay, good.
Wait, who's read it again? You read it halfway?
Yeah, Nick's halfway through it. JC just got hers.
Right on.
Yay! Hey, where's Michelle?
Oh, she's on.
So curious, people that are kind of just getting into it, like Nick or you back there, gentlemen. What are some of the questions that you have?
Hi. We're just doing a Q&A.
Q&A.
It's a party, kind of. You guys missed most of the spoilers, so it's good.
So Nick, what questions do you have? Even though you haven't had a chance to get through it, that's okay.
You don't know the ending though. I know, even though it doesn't.
I'm very confused right now.
Oh,
yeah.
So like I don't have.
Okay.
Because some of the characters that you even mentioned, I haven't.
Oh, good.
Seen yet.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Cool. Peter has another question.
Tobias had a great question. I'll go with it.
Okay.
We talk about sex. I'm curious about the restraint you used in terms of like, was there ever a push to make it? I mean, this day and age, people seem to want.
We talked about
more
that, yeah.
erotic, and I'm very interested in you pulling back and making it a rather. It was a sexy.
It was
but a teen book,
steamy,
but it
yeah.
wasn't but it wasn't overtly sexual. How did that? Was that your intention originally?
It was.
And was that audience based? Was that
no, it was Mikki based.
Mikki
Okay.
How to do this without. I'm speaking only for myself. I don't need to see all that shit. I think if a story can stand on its own without a bunch of fucking, there's a child in here. And I'm so sorry. And I just saw her. I won't say it. I won't say it again. It's been, I'm sorry, honey. I'm sorry, but there's no sex in this book, if that's what you're looking for. There is, I find it so much sexier myself to be quiet about those things and for them to be much more intimate and much more personal. And I don't know a whole lot of people who walk around telling me how they do it. Do you know what I mean? So, and I will say that most of the books I read, honestly, I always am going back to the past. And like, okay, so perfect example, the Forsyte Saga. None of you are going to know what this is, but the Forsyte Saga, and if you don't, you do. And you should read it because Irene is having an affair with the architect who was, and this is set in the 20s. No, it's set in the 1890s, right, Peter? So it's the turn of the century England, and it's the Forsyte family, and she's married. She's this young, beautiful woman, and she's married to this cold banker. And she falls in love with the architect, who is at that time like a doctor of middle class. They're not special, but she falls madly in love with him. And they're doing it all through this book. But it's so hot because they don't describe, but you know they're doing in that dress. And and it's like, oh my God, I'm sweating. And you don't see any of it, right? But Irene is like in love with this guy. And I find that much sexier than I find blatant. I don't stop myself there. I would like to bring at least a couple of voices that they don't need to be explicit for you to be turned on by it. And it's steamy. I find it steamy. And so many books, and I'm not criticizing them. They're great. Do your thing. I'm going to do my thing. And my thing is not a bunch of porn. I like a low-key, steamy story.
Steamy.
Mikki's opinion.
And it is.
Have readers.
Yeah, I did. Okay, so here's the best one. I try not to look at a bunch of reviews, but I did look at. I look at the bad ones, and one of them said, she didn't put any real sex in here. I guess because she can't write sex, and I'm like, oh, honey. I can, but I don't want to. I may someday under another name. I'll find Buxom Betty and she'll write some real hot stuff. But personally, it's like I think about love. It's like when I'm saying like love is worth fighting for, love is worth suffering for. I believe that even more so. Love is worth suffering for. I believe that sex is worth being quiet about it, but only in my books, not in. Listen, I read that. I read it. I'm not gonna lie. I just don't want. I want to be writing something a little bit different, a little more like the things that inspired me, which were the books from earlier, a long time ago. And I do like that the words do it. Their words to each other are just as sexy as their touch can be. And what they don't say is just as steamy as what because you want them to do it. And to me, that is that yearning and that longing, and you don't get it and you want it so bad. And as a lesbian, that I think the longing is like everything, because we spend our whole lives like, oh, or I did. And young, innocent love is like that anyway. And
Speaking of steamy, I had as I was listening to the audiobook.
Speaking of steamy,
I had I would put the phone outside the dry sauna. at the gym, and I had it playing, and it got to that chapter, and this young lady crossed over. I looked at the dry sauna bucket here, but I was like, oh, where's this going? Where's this? Which is, but
he's like, she's
it
about to
was
get dirty. and I'm
very
about to
steamy.
blast it to the
It was like
gym.
where she slowed down as she crossed in front, because I can't bring the phone
Why
inside
didn't you tell her
it
what
would.
book it was and tell her to buy it?
I should have, yeah. I couldn't bring the phone
You're a bad
inside because it was
salesman.
too hot. I know it was bad, yeah. But I thought that was kind of funny. But it's very
There's
steamy.
nothing
Yeah.
there's nothing a child can't read. It is absolutely can be read. The emotions are very, the emotions are what make it hot,
Yeah, 100%.
in my opinion. I'm also somebody who can't just have, I mean, this is too much information, but most of you know me and I can't just like do a one night. I can't do it. I can't do just sex. It's not me. So I can't just write about it. Anybody else want to talk about sex? Or lack of in my book?
I feel like it would have ruined it. 'cause
It would have
me
ruined
as
it.
a
Yeah,
reader,
it was
just
great.
brought me back to that first love, that innocent.
Yeah.
It didn't matter to me that if I'm heterosexual and it was two women, it just became so beautiful and innocent.
Thank
Reminded me
you.
of that young love, that discovery.
Thank you. And I also feel like it would have been a hard tone shift
Yeah.
to the rest of the book.
Yeah.
For sure.
Because the rest of the book is just romantic.
Mhm.
It's just it's a romance. It is a romance.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
Was it always intended to be a YA story?
Yes. Yes. It's got, I think the themes are adult, but they're also very YA with things that we're dealing with. But yes.
Or why YA?
Because that kind of transformational emotion doesn't generally happen for us in our 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. It does, but that first love, we're almost always teenagers, I would say, if we're lucky. If we're I don't want to say that. But I set them 18, 19 because that's about the age where shit gets real, in my opinion. And I wanted it to be, sorry for the S word. And I wanted to be able to speak to the way that that torrent of emotion changes the path of your life. So that's why YA. You can do it, and I could write it as a 50-year-old something, and but it would be like coming off a divorce and da 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 and da 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 and kids and not very. But I didn't want to. And I have a space in YA, so it's also my genre. So I didn't want to follow 5 Feet Apart and all this time with, Marge gets married.
I was going another direction, but yeah, March gets married.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's the-
Thanks for stopping in, you guys.
Yeah.
Oh my
Good
gosh,
talk.
I'm so sorry. Yeah. All right.
Question?
So you talked about parts of the book that were more difficult to write.
Yeah.
Was there anything that was easy that just like you couldn't type fast enough?
Yeah, the end. When it started coming, I almost couldn't keep up. That was happening really fast after 50. And it was like, brrr, and I think you can feel it in the read of it because I was moving. I probably wrote those last chapters in like 3 or 4 days. It was moving. Yeah. That's the only time I was like I would jot a note because I'm like, I'm so far ahead of myself right now.
Mm.
Yeah.
So you would do notes,
Just a
like
word like
signposts up
cliff.
ahead. Cliff, got it. Okay.
Yeah. Cliff. And then I went. And it was
Steam.
it was happening a little bit ahead of me. I was chasing it. I was chasing the ending the whole time. It was just coming.
Oh, that's great. Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Is there anything that really surprised you while you were writing it?
Yes. Honey. And what really surprised me was the way that the questions answered themselves, even though I didn't know, because everybody knows the broken step. I wrote that in and had no idea what happened. I had dumb ideas for it, and I was like, "I'm gonna have to figure this out at some point." I hope it's something cool, because right now I can't think of anything cool about why this step is broken. It's very cool but it answered itself later when a certain character came in that I didn't know was coming, and I'm like, okay, gotcha, that kind of thing. Anybody else want to know a spoiler?
One question. Boomerang? No.
Boomerang.
I'm so excited to read it. Yeah. Now I'm like even more eager to continue.
Yay!
Are you gonna do the audio book? Are you gonna...
Well, it's got an audiobook, honey bun.
that sounds exciting.
Yeah. Sophie read it. Sophie, and I told you I'd read one for you, but the whole thing will be in a Southern accent, and it's not right. Like, this is an Irish girl and a New England, and this is the only accent I got. So
Chapter 50 is very interesting on the audiobook because we both read.
I
and
knew
listen at the
I-
same time, and it actually gives it to you
Because she goes,
Sophie did a good job.
She has a good.
And I told her, I said, huh? She said, I know chapter, because she had read the book already. She's a good friend who read those chapters. And then Jeremy is a wonderful reader who read the Tish chapters. But I knew Sophie was I was like, she goes, a chapter 50. I said, I know, it's going to be rough. It's going to be rough. But she's a great actress, and I knew that she could handle the layers of it.
Yeah, she did a great job.
Yeah, she did good. But I also encourage everybody to at least go back and look at if you listen to it, if you look and read chapter 48 through the end with your eyes, I bet there's some things in there that you might see, because the way I used the page to tell the story also. So yeah. Buy the book. Tam is saying, buy the book.
Buy the book and get it signed today. Yes.
Did you bring yours? Nicole. I'm gonna sign your. I'm gonna sign your
You can
boobs.
buy another one.
That's true.
I have it on audio.
Aw, thanks, Nick. Vanita reads it. She listens and reads at the same time. I know people who do that.
At 2.3.
2.3. Oh my God. That's like, that would make me dizzy trying to read that fast. My eyes would be.
2.3 on the audio on there.
That's like, hello, welcome tonight. We're
That Irish accent would just go.
Well, that's
That's a
something she's
2.3.
good at too.
She's good. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
Good, yeah.
Mhm.
I was feeling Patricia. So you know.
I know, she's
So
great.
you know, you can bring her to 2020.
Come on, Sadie Sink.
Can bring.
Anybody
Any other questions?
else?
Any other?
Thanks y'all for coming.
Did you want to talk about
What's going
Walk
on?
to Remember? What's going
I'm
on?
doing Walk to Remember.
Walk to Remember.
Tobias
reboot?
and I
Yes.
are doing the remake to Walk to Remember. We're writing that right now. We're very excited. Yay! We're very excited about that one. We chased that motherfucker. We were getting it.
Nice.
Like, that was like, nobody else gets this job but us.
Nice.
I'm glad the kid's gone, I have to say. That she was really sweet, but I was like, you can't tell me it's kid free and then, well, I did it, right? I invited him in. Yeah, you're right. I knew, I saw that eye. She's like, don't blame it on the kid. All right, are we good?
Yeah, we're good. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Like we said, we have plenty of books up front. We can have you just seated here for some signing, but enjoy.
Can
Thank
we
you so
just
much for
real
coming.
quick before you turn off the live screen, say who Rob is?
Oh,
This is Rob Kirkland.
that's me.
He's
Yeah.
an actor. He's a very talented actor, writer, director,
Oh, thank you.
and he is on Mayor of Kingstown and
Yes.
Yellowstone
Thank you.
and some great independent movies. Go look him up, Rob Kirkland.
Oh, thank you.
This
Very
hottie
kind.
right here. And the whole time I'm thinking we haven't even talked about, because he's got stuff going on too, and he's a pretty big deal, and he's my friend, and I'm very proud of him.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You guys can. No, I'm just
He's
kidding.
like, yay, me! Thank you.